Have you ever noticed how, somewhere along the way, fashion advice for women over 50 started to sound more like a list of warnings than something inspiring? Don't wear this. Don't try that. You're too old for this color. As if turning 50 suddenly disqualifies you from enjoying how you look and feel. But here's what I believe. Your style shouldn't shrink as you grow older. In fact, this chapter of life is the perfect time to step into something that feels more you than ever before. I want to talk to you about something small that can make a surprisingly big difference: color. Not chasing trends, not spending a fortune, not trying to look like someone you were 20 years ago. Just the right colors. Colors that bring life back to your face, warmth back to your skin, and, most importantly, confidence back into how you carry yourself. Because here's what I've seen again and again. When the right color touches your skin, your whole presence changes. People notice. And more importantly, you notice. You feel more like yourself again. I learned this the easy way by watching it happen right in front of me. My wife didn't go on some makeover show. She didn't clean out her entire closet or buy anything expensive. All she did was try on a scarf in a shade she hadn't worn in years. And suddenly, she glowed. She didn't look younger, she looked brighter. And let me tell you, that was better. That's when it hit me. Women our age don't need to be told what not to do. We've lived enough life to know what works and what doesn't. What we want now is something that feels good, looks real, and reflects who we've become. That's what this conversation is really about. It's not about changing who you are. It's about highlighting the woman you already are. So today, I'm sharing 5 colors that have an almost magical way of working with your skin, your energy, your story. These aren't loud or trendy. They're timeless. They don't scream, they softly say. And they've helped so many women over 50 rediscover a version of themselves they actually enjoy seeing in the mirror again. Now, before we dive into the first one, I'd really love to know, what color do you wear when you want to feel your best? Maybe it's something you always reach for, or maybe it's something you used to love and haven't worn in years. Share it in the comments. You never know who else you might inspire. Let's get started. Color 1, soft rose pink. You might be surprised how much a gentle shade of pink can do, especially when it's the right kind of pink. I'm not talking about bubblegum or anything flashy. I mean soft rose pink. A muted, elegant tone that carries just enough warmth to lift your whole face without drawing too much attention to itself. Subtle but powerful. And the best part? It works on just about everyone. No matter your hair color, skin tone, or how many birthdays you've celebrated. Now, I know what you might be thinking, pink? At my age. And trust me, I get it. For a lot of women over 50, pink feels like a young woman's color. Something you leave behind after a certain point. But soft rose pink isn't the pink of prom dresses and lipstick counters. This is a grown woman's pink. It's calming. It's refined. And it brings back something many of us feel we've lost over time. That natural, healthy glow. Here's why it works. As we age, the undertones in our skin tend to shift. You might notice your complexion feeling a little more dull or flat. The warm blush tones that used to give your skin life start to fade out. Sometimes so gradually, you don't even notice until one day, you catch your reflection and think, I look tired. Even if you're not. Soft rose pink helps bring that warmth back. It reflects just enough light to make your skin look softer, more refreshed, and yes, even a little more rested. I saw this firsthand with my wife. She was trying on clothes for a family gathering. Not fancy, just something she'd feel good in. She borrowed a scarf from a friend, something she'd never have picked for herself. It was a soft, dusty pink, nothing dramatic. But when she wrapped it around her neck and looked in the mirror, we both just stopped. Her face looked brighter. Her eyes looked clearer. Her whole expression softened. She didn't look like someone else. She looked like herself, but lighter, happier. That little moment changed how she thought about color entirely. What I love about this pink is that you don't need to go overboard. Just a small touch near your face can make a big impact. A scarf, a blouse, even a bit of soft pink lipstick can do the trick. If your skin is fair, go for something like a pale blush. If you're medium-toned, try a dusty rose. And if your skin is deeper, look for shades that lean into coral rose. Still soft, but rich enough to bring that warmth right where it's needed. It's not about dressing head to toe in pink. It's about using color as a quiet tool, one that works in your favor. And the best part? You don't have to spend a lot. Stores like Target, Macy's, and even Amazon have great rose-toned options that are affordable and flattering. Look for fabrics like cotton blends, linen, or soft knits. Something that drapes naturally and doesn't add too much shine. Shiny fabric can be harsh, and we want soft, not sharp. But above all, here's what makes soft rose pink really special. The way it makes you feel. There's something quietly uplifting about it. Feminine but not girlish. Gentle but not weak. It's the kind of color that doesn't demand attention. But it definitely gets it. And it's not because people see the color. It's because they see you, looking more rested, more confident, and more at ease in your own skin. That's the power of a color that works with you, not against you. Color 2, warm ivory. Let's talk about a color that a lot of women over 50 overlook, warm ivory. Not bright white, not yellowed cream. I'm talking about that soft, creamy shade that feels like it was lit by candlelight. The kind of color that doesn't just sit on your skin, it flatters it, smooths it, lifts it gently. And if you've been wearing stark white for years thinking it looks crisp and clean, this one might change everything for you. See, here's the thing about pure white. It's sharp. On paper, sure, it's timeless. But on mature skin, it can actually backfire. Bright white tends to create harsh contrast, which draws attention to every little line, shadow, or texture on your face. It's kind of like being under a fluorescent light. No one wants that. Warm ivory, on the other hand, works with your skin, not against it. It softens things, adds glow. It's like a natural filter that doesn't blur who you are. It just lights you up a little differently. I remember seeing this play out at my wife's college reunion. Two of her friends, both elegant, both in their early 60s, showed up in almost the same outfit. Tailored pants and a button-down shirt. One wore bright white, the other wore ivory. The difference? Striking. The woman in white looked a little washed out. Not bad, just tired. But the woman in ivory, she looked radiant. Same age, same build, same basic style. But that warm, creamy shade gave her skin life. It was like someone turned on a soft lamp just for her. There's a reason photographers call certain light golden hour, because it flatters everyone. Warm ivory does the same thing, but with fabric. It diffuses light across your skin in a way that makes you look fresher and more even-toned. It's especially beautiful if you've got silver, white, or salt and pepper hair. Instead of that sharp contrast white can create, ivory offers harmony. It makes your hair color look intentional and chic, not like it's working against your outfit. And don't worry, you don't have to change your whole wardrobe to try this. Start simple. Try an ivory blouse instead of white the next time you dress up. Or pair an ivory cardigan with your favorite soft blue shirt. Ivory plays well with almost everything. Plum, olive green, navy, even denim. It's incredibly versatile and gives off that put together without trying too hard kind of energy. When shopping, look for ivory pieces in natural fabrics, cotton, linen, cashmere, silk. These materials let the color breathe. A synthetic, shiny ivory can sometimes look stiff or overly yellow, which we don't want. But a soft ivory cotton blouse or a fine wool sweater, that's elegance, plain and simple. And you don't need to spend a fortune. Stores like Chico's, JCPenney, Kohl's, and even Amazon carry great ivory basics for under $40. If you want to splurge, a high-quality silk or cashmere piece in ivory is always a good investment. It never goes out of style. But again, the magic isn't just in how it looks. It's in how it makes you feel. I've heard women say they feel calmer in ivory. More poised, like they finally look the way they feel inside. Confident, relaxed, and fully themselves. So if bright white has been your fallback for years, give warm ivory a try. You might be surprised how much softer, more radiant, and more you it makes you feel. Color 3, soft blue. Soft blue is one of those rare colors that seems to do everything right, without making a big fuss. It doesn't shout. It doesn't try too hard. But the moment it's near your face, something shifts. Your skin looks calmer. Your eyes seem brighter. You look like you've just come back from a restful weekend away. even if you didn't sleep great and the grandkids ran you ragged. What makes this color so special for women over 50 is its ability to balance. As we get older, many of us notice subtle changes in our skin. Uneven tones, a little redness here or there, shadows under the eyes that linger longer than they used to. You don't need makeup to fix it. Soft blue does the trick naturally. It gently cancels out redness, smooths the appearance of your skin tone, and brings back a sense of freshness that most of us miss without even realizing it. My cousin Emma is the perfect example. After losing her husband, she went through a long stretch of grief and exhaustion. She looked tired, and who wouldn't? Her daughter encouraged her to try a new top, something light blue instead of her usual beige or gray. She was skeptical, but she tried it on. We all saw it instantly. Her face looked lighter. The dark circles under her eyes faded. She didn't look younger. She looked more herself. The kind of herself that had been hidden under fatigue and neutral colors that didn't really do her any favors. This shade of blue is especially beautiful if you have blue, green, or gray eyes. It makes them pop in the best way. But even brown-eyed women benefit from the balancing, cooling effect soft blue has on the skin. It's that kind of quiet color that works behind the scenes to make you look polished without feeling overly dressed up. You don't need to go fancy with it. A simple soft blue button-up shirt with white jeans is effortlessly put together for everyday errands. Want to dress it up a little? A silk or chiffon blouse in soft blue under a blazer feels elegant without being stuffy. Even something as small as a scarf or necklace in this color can bring that calming effect up toward your face. It's the kind of color that makes people ask, "Did you do something different?" Not because it's loud, but because it brings out you. When shopping, stick with natural fabrics. Cotton, linen, silk, and cashmere show soft blue beautifully. Avoid stiff or shiny fabrics. They can make this gentle shade look too formal or outdated. You'll find plenty of options in stores like Macy's, Kohl's, or even Target, often for under $50. If you're investing in one really nice piece, a blue cashmere sweater is one you'll reach for again and again. Soft blue doesn't just change how you look. It changes how others feel when they see you. It gives off calm, approachability, warmth. Whether you're heading to a doctor's appointment, catching up with friends, or on a Zoom call with family, this color sets the tone in the best possible way. It's not flashy, and that's exactly the point. It's classic, flattering, and completely in sync with the quiet strength and grace you've earned over time. Color 4, Rich Plum. There's something deeply elegant about rich plum. It has presence, but not in a way that overwhelms. It speaks quietly, but with complete confidence. For so many women over 50, black has been the long-time go-to for looking put together, polished, even powerful. And for a while it works. But then one day you notice it. Black doesn't flatter your face like it used to. It drains it, emphasizes shadows, makes your skin look tired instead of timeless. That's where plum steps in and completely changes the game. This isn't your average purple. We're not talking about lavender or some bright, bold jewel tone. Rich plum is deep, smooth, and subtly warm. It's somewhere between eggplant and wine, and it has this amazing way of offering the same kind of sophistication black once did, but with a softness that complements mature skin instead of working against it. You still get depth and definition, just without the harsh contrast. Let me share a moment with you. My wife was shopping for a dress for her niece's wedding. She must have tried on 8 black dresses. They fit fine, but none of them made her feel right. They made her look a little tired, and she kept fidgeting, unsure of herself. The saleswoman gently suggested she try something different, a plum-colored wrap dress. She stepped out of the dressing room, and it was like someone turned the lights back on. Her skin looked vibrant. Her eyes had more life. She stood taller. It was still elegant, still formal, but it looked, and more importantly, felt like her. What's happening here is simple. Black creates stark contrast, especially against lighter or aging skin. It's sharp, and that sharpness can actually highlight the very things we prefer to soften: lines, under eye shadows, uneven texture. Plum has just enough warmth to counteract that. It wraps your features in gentle color, not harshness. It's like wearing definition instead of distraction. It's also beautifully versatile. You don't need to wear head-to-toe plum to feel its impact. A plum sweater with jeans? Instantly elevated. A plum blazer over a neutral blouse and slacks? Polished and powerful. A silky plum scarf near your face? Instant glow. And for special occasions, a plum dress paired with silver or pearl accessories is effortlessly timeless. This color pairs especially well with silver, salt and pepper, or even ash blonde hair. It creates harmony instead of contrast, giving the whole look a refined, put-together finish. Whether your hair is natural or colored, plum adds that richness that feels intentional and current, not like it's trying to cling to trends that don't serve you anymore. For fabrics, you can't go wrong with cashmere, fine wool, silk, or even soft cotton blends. These materials bring out the dimension in the color, making it look even more luxurious. And you don't have to break the bank to wear it well. Stores like Macy's, Chico's, or even Amazon often have well-cut plum tops in the $30 to $60 range. And if you want to splurge, a plum blazer or cashmere sweater from Talbot's or Nordstrom is a lasting wardrobe addition. But really, the best part? The way it makes you feel. Women often describe wearing plum as stepping into a version of themselves they recognize. Stronger, wiser, more centered. It's not trying to recreate who you were at 35. It's dressing beautifully for who you are right now. If you've been leaning too hard on black all these years, consider this your invitation to shift. Rich plum is waiting, and I promise, it's going to look incredible on you. Color 5, Soft Olive Green. Soft olive green might not be the first color that comes to mind when you think about flattering shades, but for women over 50, it's one of the most quietly powerful colors you can wear. It's earthy, it's balanced, and it carries a kind of calm that you can feel the moment you put it on. And unlike some of the brighter or trendier shades that fade with seasons, olive green sticks around and gets better with age just like you. This isn't military green or anything too bold. Soft olive is muted, gentle, and warm. It sits somewhere between sage and moss, subtle enough to work with just about anything, but rich enough to hold its own. The magic is in how it interacts with mature skin. As we age, we tend to lose some of those golden, warm undertones that used to make colors pop on us. Olive green gives that warmth back in the most natural way possible. It doesn't try to make you look younger. Instead, it helps you look healthier, more rested, and most importantly, more you. You might even hear someone say, "Did you do something different with your hair?" Or, "You look so refreshed," when all you've done is swap out a navy or black top for olive. My sister Jane is a perfect example. She spent decades in a wardrobe made of navy, black, and the occasional gray. Safe colors, as she called them. But during a closet cleanout, her daughter handed her an olive green cardigan. Jane nearly rolled her eyes. "It looks like something I'd wear hiking," she joked. But she tried it on anyway. That Sunday, 3 different people at church asked if she'd lost weight or changed her hairstyle. All it took was that one color to make her skin look more vibrant and her eyes more awake. From that day on, olive green became one of her favorite go-to colors. What's wonderful about olive is how versatile it is. For a casual day, you can wear an olive t-shirt or cotton blouse with white jeans, and you instantly look pulled together without being overdressed. For something more professional, an olive blouse under a cream or beige blazer looks sophisticated and fresh. And if you're heading out to a family dinner or a gathering, an olive wrap dress or flowy pants paired with neutral accessories offers elegance without effort. If you've embraced your natural gray or silver hair, soft olive green can be a game changer. The contrast is gentle, not harsh, and it brings out the silver in your hair in a way that looks deliberate and polished. It's the kind of color that says, "I know who I am, and I'm not trying to prove anything." That quiet confidence is one of the most beautiful things a woman can wear. Stick with fabrics that feel easy and breathable. Linen, cotton, light wool, and cashmere all make olive green look elevated and natural. Avoid super shiny or synthetic materials, which can take away from the grounded, authentic feel this color brings. You'll find excellent pieces in stores like Target, Old Navy, Kohl's, and for investment pieces, brands like Eileen Fisher or J. Jill carry gorgeous olive staples that you can wear season after season. The real charm of olive green is how real it feels. It doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't try to be overly feminine or too tailored. It just works with your skin, your hair, your energy. It grounds you, brings balance, and adds depth without drama. Soft olive green is more than a color. It's a reminder that sometimes, the best style choices come from trusting what feels natural and letting go of what no longer serves us. It's not about looking perfect. It's about showing up in colors that reflect how strong, wise, and beautiful you already are. Let's be honest, style after 50 can feel confusing. The fashion world loves to talk about what not to wear, what to avoid, or how to hide your age. But the truth is, there's nothing about your age that needs to be hidden. In fact, your style can be more powerful, more personal, and more freeing now than ever before, if you choose the right tools. And color is one of the most powerful tools you have. Soft rose pink, warm ivory, soft blue, rich plum, and soft olive green. Each of these colors doesn't just look nice. They do something. They reflect light in a flattering way, soften lines, lift shadows, and bring warmth back to your face. They bring out the best in your features instead of working against them. But more importantly, they let you show up in the world feeling like yourself. Comfortable, confident, and seen. And here's the best part. You don't need a whole new wardrobe. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars or chase trends that weren't made for you in the first place. You can start small. A scarf, a blouse, cardigan. One simple piece near your face is often enough to feel the difference. Because this isn't about changing who you are. It's about revealing her. Think about that. We've spent decades dressing to fit in, dressing for work, for family, for what was expected. But what if style from this point forward was just for you? What if getting dressed wasn't about looking younger, but about feeling better? What if the mirror reflected not your age, but your energy? Color has that kind of quiet power, and so do you. So tell me, have you already tried any of these shades? Is there one that's calling your name? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which color made you feel most like you? And if this helped you see your wardrobe and yourself in a fresh light, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. I'll be right here with more real, practical, kind style advice that meets you exactly where you are. Because the most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence. And that, my friend, never goes out of style.